Welcome to Data Science in AI Era session, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Pelin Ozbozkurt. I'm working as Data Science Leader in Oracle, responsible for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And today, in the next 20 minutes, we are going to talk about how to shape our data science strategies to adapt the changes happening in our AI world. So let's start. We are going to talk about data science, machine learning, and AI, and I'm going to give you an example that our data scientists worked on last year. And also I will talk about a couple of customer examples as well. But before that, I would like to take you back to the past and talk about two important thought figures that shaped our AI technology today. Ada Lovelace and Charles Babbage. Ada was a gifted mathematician who is also recognized as the first computer programmer. And Charles Babbage was a mathematician, philosopher, and also a mechanical engineer. And he invented the first computer. Well, I should have said he designed the first computer, which is called the analytical engine, but it has never been built, so it was just a design. Ada was working with Charles on the analytical engine, and she was writing academic papers for that. And in one of the papers she wrote, she added a section to describe how a computer would work. After years later, hundreds of years later, a computer scientist in Oxford University studied Ada's life and stated that she was actually talking about the abstract principles of computation. So she was much beyond her age, her years, and in one of her work, she meant a tremendous question that we are actually asking today. She said, what if machines could go beyond calculating numbers? What if they understand symbols or even create music or art? That was in 19th century, and today we are still asking the same question. What are the capabilities of AI? Is it possible to create music? Is it possible to write a poem? And today we know that answer to some extent. And our data scientists, inspired by that question, decided to check whether they can write or they can create a Eurovision-style song by using machine learning. So that was a project last year, and our data scientists decided to use the patterns within the notes to predict the next best note and compose a musical composition and create a song that might compete in a Eurovision contest. And in order to do that, they received 200 Eurovision songs and started to analyze the patterns within the notes by using Python-based coding. They decided to use LSTM and GAN models mostly, and they were using Oracle HPC and GPU-based cloud environment. Well, at the beginning of their work, that was only a data science team. Data scientists were working on the project, trying to understand the relationship between nodes, the distance between nodes, try to understand which node should follow the other. It was just based on the codes and based on the patterns coming from 200 Eurovision songs in the data mart. And after composing, getting the first version, which is this one, they decided that writing Python codes or generating algorithms will not be enough to create a song. So a musical director became part of the team, and they worked together to create definitely better compositions and to tune the algorithm, to feed the models in a much better way, and to interpret the results and compose it in the in more musical way. And that is valid for every single business problem. So data science itself is not enough to create the output. You need some business expertise part of that. And also in this case, it is just a musical director. And weeks later, they worked together. They finally designed a song. And that was the first song generated fully by AI on Oracle Cloud Platform. And it was not the song itself. They also created the lyrics by using previous Eurovision songs lyrics and also some philosophical politic content coming from other sources as well. So years later, we have an answer to Ada's question. Yes, machines today with the AI developments can create music, can create art, can write plans, and this is what our data science team designed by using Python on Oracle Cloud. Let's hear it.
I am lost when I'm with you. There's no hesitation in your eyes.
Baby, bye, bye, bye. Oh, bye, bye, bye. Baby, by myself. The stain grows more obvious.
In this dream of the bird who's flying over roses of sadness.
Baby, bye, bye, bye. Oh, bye, bye, bye. Baby, summer's gone. It's gone for the both of us. And tears will always have wet eyes and cry, but I'll survive on a mission. I will let you go forever. Blue jeans and bloody tears. Blue jeans and bloody tears.
Well, that was the first Eurovision song created by AI. And if you want to listen to the full version, you can just visit YouTube. And I need to warn you that it will definitely stick to your mind if you will listen more than once. That's what happened to me. Well, so how it is related to data science and how it is related to AI. We all know as data scientists that the techniques and the methodologies, including machine learning, deep learning, etc., data science is the way to put AI projects into production and make it real. So we have been working on data science projects for many years. It's not new to us, but the question is, what is changing? What changed? And how to adapt our strategy to adapt the changes in technology or in the market that's happening every day. Well, researchers show that 70 to 80% of the data science projects fails in production. And the main reason for that is definitely the lack of data. Well, maybe I should say lack of accurate data. And also the other reason is putting some black box algorithms and not being able to tune the algorithms depending on the requirements coming from the field. Well, if you think about what we have been living lately during this pandemic, I think you can understand better what I'm trying to say, because everything recently changed in our lives. So the way we travel, the way we shop, the way we see our friends, families, the way we present in conferences, everything just changed, which is directly correlated with our psychology, with our behavior, and which should be reflected to the data science models in production, because it's actually what data science model uses as inputs. And if the approach is a kind of a black box approach, which is not reacting the changes happening in the market, then the models in production must fail. And it's not only about this flexibility, but it's also about the quality of the data. So AI brings data, and AI creates data, and data feeds AI back. It's a natural loop. But I mean, it's not enough only to get the data. It's also very important to create that data in the most accurate way so data scientists can reach out to the right insight. That is why, in order to create a strong data science strategy in AI era, a strong data management with the right data management techniques, agile data management techniques, should be at the top of the list for sure. And okay, so let's think that you have the data and you have the accurate data and everything, but so who is going to analyze that data? So how we are going to get insights out of data? Before these developments related to AI, or before our problems are getting complicated, we were talking about data science people, data scientists working individually. But today, we are talking about AI teams. So AI teams usually consist of three main pillars: data scientists, data engineers, and business experts. And in order to understand the nature of the problem, these three team members, at least these three team members, let me say, should work together in a much collaborative way. That's what we are suggesting to our customers when they are defining their AI strategies. Focus on your team and try to create a collaborative teamwork. It's the same in the most simple Eurovision song example just I mentioned today, and it's also valid for the complex business problems, anything related to, let's say, fraud detection, predictive maintenance, customer experience related issues. It's all about teamwork to understand the nature of the problem and convert that into the technology. It's not a standalone working style anymore. And how are we going to connect team and the data? And how are we going to be more flexible considering the changes happening in the market? So that requires the technology, a platform that makes those team members work in a more collaborative way to achieve that data in the way that they need, and provide various tools and techniques to create a trustable, explainable AI solution in production. So when we talk about data science, it's the same terminology, same techniques, same methodologies, but we have to approach it from a team perspective, connected with a strong data management, digital transformation type of cultural change perspective, and also provide a strong technology to make all these investments more usable when they put in production. And that is what Oracle is trying to achieve by providing a data science platform. So we are approaching data science from a platform perspective because we believe that data science is a teamwork, and generally it's a big project that requires different techniques and tools worked in a collaborative, embedded way. So for example, data scientists can use whatever they like to analyze the patterns. So they can either use Oracle value machine learning algorithms developed by Oracle Labs, many years R&D results, or they can choose to use their favorite open source frameworks, TensorFlow, scikit-learn, Keras, anything like that, Python-based, R, SQL language options. So whatever they like, either from open source world or Oracle world, or they can combine both, because we know that data scientists want to feel free without any kind of locking. That is what we are trying to achieve by providing different services for different preferences, let's say. And data scientists themselves are not enough, as we discussed. It needs a team, and one of the important key members of those teams are data engineers. So data engineers just know the heart of the data, and we want them to be part of the data science projects in a more intensive way. That's why Oracle developed autonomous data warehouse, autonomous database concept, which means data engineers do not need to spend their valuable time to do some traditional, mundane, admin-related work. Oracle can do that for them autonomously. What they can do is they can work with data scientists to create the best environment by providing the right foundation, either with data lake-based approach or data warehouse-based approach, or together both at the same time, and support the data scientists in production while putting the models in real life. And another important user for the data science platform should be the business people, as we discussed. And the business experts do not like the code, so they want to understand the patterns and combine that patterns, insights coming from the data with their know-how, but not all of them are Python or R lover. So they just want to use some easy to use drag and drop capabilities, and that is what we provide for business users to enrich data science workloads and most probably show the data scientists where to start from, how to start from, or how to approach to the use case that they are trying to deal with. So it is a complete teamwork, and with Oracle Data Science Platform, we try to make all these pillars work together with the services that they would prefer. We have lots of customer examples coming from world. I'm going to mention just two of them here. First one is coming from a major European airport that most of you, I'm sure, have been there at least once, maybe. That major European airport has over 45 million passengers with more than 200 flying destinations. And they wanted to optimize energy consumption by providing more accurate machine learning models. And they needed to achieve that objective pretty fast because they need to manage the cost and decrease the operational budget, operational costs. That's why they decided to work with Oracle Autonomous Data Warehouse, and they decided to use Oracle in database machine learning capabilities that they didn't need to move data from Oracle to anywhere else. That means they can test make experiments much more faster, try lots of different machine learning models in a more agile way, and that increased the accuracy of the models significantly just within a couple of weeks. So that is what helped this European airport to get better energy consumption models with more accurate machine learning outputs in production. Another example is from agriculture. So Agroscot is an agriculture company, and they are fighting with hunger with next generation technology. What they do is they fly drones over the fields, and they get the images from the drones and analyze those images to understand the quality and decide what action should be taken before it's getting too late. And in order to do that, they decided to use Oracle Data Science Service with AutoML and accelerated data science capabilities, and that brings 30 times more performance while doing those image detection related analysis. So in a nutshell, what we want to achieve and what we believe that data science should be in the AI world, in the complex business environment that we are living today, it should have these 4 keywords. First, you need to create a flexible development platform because you need to tune the model depending on the changes happening in real life. It should be reflected to the data science model somehow. It should be explainable because we need to understand what is causing that decision or that prediction, so we can go back and try to improve it or change it if needed. So it should be probably more explainable compared to the normal life we had, because today we need to understand better the reasons, the decisions coming from the data, because we don't have the feelings of the changes happening around us today. So with the current changes we are living in right now, having a flexible and explainable environment is getting more and more important. Collaborative, as I mentioned, I need to emphasize it a lot. Again, it's very important to have a teamwork, because it's proven that single, just data scientists or just business experts are not enough to create the right decisions or right business strategies. So it should be collaborative work, and IT people, data engineers should definitely be part of that as well. And we don't need to even mention that, but it has to be trustable. So if you take a decision in production, you have to trust your decision, and that's a very wide terminology that includes the data management, data quality as well. So if we want to be an AI-driven company, that means our data science platform should have these 4 main bullet points working in the same page. So that's what Oracle Data Science Platform is aiming to do. And if you want to try it yourself, just see the capabilities and the methodologies that we are providing, you can try it either via these online workshops that you see the links here, or you can just reach out to us and ask for a specific, maybe use case specific, project specific, or just a concept specific training. That's what we can provide for you, a more customized and with a more customized environment. So that's an option as well. But I think it's important to see all these capabilities yourself. So it's easy to use, it's easy to understand when you just start doing something with real data hands-on. Well, that's all from my side. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm very happy to have a longer conversation or answer your questions, if any. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day.